Maurice here back for another Power Pack training. Today we're gonna go over SMMA basics, okay? I'm gonna show you guys how to get your first social media marketing client. This is important because most of you guys are looking for a way out. Perhaps you're working a job, you wanna make more money, you wanna make more income, and you're just trying to figure this. You've probably been, watching a lot of YouTube videos, you bought courses and everything. But ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna get into the nit and gritty. Just the basics, okay? Addition, subtraction. A little bit of multiplication, but no algebra, geometry, and trigonometry and all this other stuff. We're not gonna get into that, all right? We're gonna get into the plumb basics and the simplicity, okay, of what you need to do to get clients, okay? That's it, and that's all. We're gonna go over the basics, okay? We're gonna talk about how to get your first client, all right? I know you guys want this. You want a client, all that good stuff, but it hasn't happened. How do you get a client? How do you get somebody to pay you $2K to $3K per month, okay? It's really simple, all right? It's really simple, all right? The first thing, I think this is the biggest misconception, and I'm just gonna get it out in the open. I haven't said this a lot, but to be honest, when you're making cold calls, and let me just say this, all right? There are other ways you can get clients. Let's jump into this really quick, okay? There's other ways you can get clients. You could do the cold emails, Facebook. You can set up funnels, direct mail. You can go on LinkedIn and all the Fiverr and, freelancer sites and post ad and all that type of stuff. And it's great, okay? It works, all right? But I got to say this. The number one way, all right, to get clients is cold calling, okay? We hate to do it and all this other stuff, but I love to do it actually. My mindset is different. I love to cold call because I'm helping people, all right? So it doesn't matter to me, all right? So anyway, cold calling is the fastest way. Let me just put fastest. All right, way. And the reason why I like to say that it's the fastest way, ladies and gentlemen, is because let's face it, if I got a $5,000 check, when do you want me to send it regular mail or do you want it overnighted to you? Most of you guys want it overnighted. Okay, so if you want clients, you want a client paying you $2,000 to $3,000 a month, then guess what? This is your fastest way. You can do the cold emails and all the other outreach, the Looms, the Zooms, all that stuff. But if you want to get down to a 30, if you want to make $10,000 a month, in the next 30 to 60 days, then I'm gonna set up me a nice cold calling schedule, and I'm gonna get on the phone and I'm gonna hammer it out. And within 30 to 60 days, I can add an additional. And you guys already know I'm at about $30,000 on my way to $50,000 a month and SMMA on a part-time basis, meaning, I'm working at less than, 4 hours a week or what have you, okay? And I've paid my dues, okay? You guys are not at this level, but I've paid my dues where I'm enjoying life at another level, but yet I still got an agency and other things going on. But if I wanted to add an additional $10,000 a month to my current income again, then I already know I probably need less than maybe like 30 days. But if you're new, I would say 30 to 60 days. Actually, 30, let me change that to 30 to 90 days, okay? If you do 30 to 90 days if you're new, all right? This is important, all right? You guys know I like to talk realness on this channel. So 30 to 90 days if you're new, all right? And even if you're a veteran, same thing. Depending on how long you've been making cold calls or whatnot, you can add an additional $10,000 a month to your income if you're willing to do this, all right? And pick up the phone and prospect, all right? So anyway, cold calling is the fastest way. Now, here's the thing about cold calling, all right? We're just getting into the basics, okay? And we're going to just get into the basics of what you essentially are doing, the psychology behind picking up the phone and cold calling, okay? When you guys are seeing me cold call, it's all psychological stuff. All right? And it works so well. But yet so many people hate it and they pull their hair out. Maurice, I can't do it. They're fearful of it. All we're doing, okay, here's the thing about cold calling, okay, the basics. All we're doing, ladies and gentlemen, is almost like fishing. We're looking for those that are hungry and we're looking for those that are looking for us, okay? Write that down. Cold calling is not as bad as it seems. We're not trying to convince anyone. When I make cold calls, ladies and gentlemen, I'm not trying to force anyone, okay, to take their business to the next level and to get on the internet where they need to be. Either they want to do it or they don't, okay? Now, when I show up, I want to be the best possible person that person may hear from when it comes to social media, okay? You just don't want to, and here's the thing too, when you're not properly trained how to do cold calls, and then you make cold calls and you show up at the right person's door, but you don't position yourself as the one that can help them, that's why you get the hang-ups and all that other stuff, because you got to become a better you. That's why I say get the trainings, okay? Get the scripts, get the rebuttals, work on your mind, read the books and stuff, so that when you do make cold calls and you show up to that business owner's phone, okay, and he meets you first, all right, you know, he feels that you're the one that can help him get more leads and customers, okay? So write that down. So we're looking for those that are looking for us. Okay, that's the biggest secret. If you guys can get that into your mind, you can make a ton of money in SMMA, okay, as far as when it comes to making cold calls. That's the simplicity of it all. We're looking for those that are looking for us. We're not trying to shove SMMA in no business owner's face. And that's why most of you guys fail at cold calling, because you're trying to sell, okay? We're not selling, we're sorting. There's a difference. We're not selling, we're sorting, okay? We're looking. When I go fishing, ladies and gentlemen, and I put that worm on, or I get that lure and I throw it out there to catch that bass or that striper or what have you, ladies and gentlemen, I'm presenting that lure out there. I can't force the fish to bite. But if there's a hungry fish out there and he happens to see that lure, okay, ladies and gentlemen, he's going to hit it. And it's the same thing when you make cold calls. If you make that cold call and that business owner hasn't had calls in a long time, all right, and you show up and he picks up that phone, he's desperate, and you sound good, like a person that can probably may say, this is the one that could possibly help me. Yes, I'll look at your information or what have you. All right, that's what happens. All right, I'm not trying to shove Google in nobody's face or Facebook. Either you want to take your business to the next level or you don't. So, ladies and gentlemen, that's the simplicity. That's the basic. Okay, here's another basic, okay, of SMMA and how to get your first client. Cold calling is the fastest way. All right, this is all we do when we're making coin. This is all we're doing, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, this is all we're doing is booking an appointment, all right? You're not trying to sell. A lot of you guys are trying to sell. We're not trying to sell anything, okay? Now, we may be getting information, okay, to qualify the prospect, but we're just booking appointments. This is the basic. If you want your first client, the title of this video, okay, is the basis of SMMA, how to get your first paying client. Okay, this is how you do it. You pick the phone up, all right, and you book appointments, okay? So don't sell anything, all right? So what you want to do once you book the appointment, all right? So get that in your mind. A lot of you guys think you got to be salesmen when it comes to cold calling. No, you don't. You got to be an appointment setter, all right? That's it. You want to be an appointment setter, and the person that sets the most appointments is going to make the most money in SMMA. That's all we do. Let's keep this thing basic, folks. Let's keep it basic. Let's keep it basic. How do we keep it basic? We're just setting appointments. That's all you got to do is set an appointment, all right? And you guys know the philosophy. Let me just give you the rundown so I can help you guys get your first client. Remember, set aside 1 to 2 hours per day, all right? And you want to set anywhere from 2 to 3 appointments a day. That's it. And then you want to follow up. It's fortune in the follow-up. And then you close. Okay, and then you get results. All right, we won't talk about that, but that's the easy part. You can hire an outsourcer. All right, this is pretty much all we do, okay? But I just want you guys to focus on these things here, all right? This is how you essential. This is the basics, Okay, let's go over the basics again. You got to put in the time, 1 to 2 hours a day. You want to set 2 to 3 appointments a day, follow up. Now, you're going to need scripts and rebuttals and trainings and all that if you're going to use cold calling. Slap the link in the description. You guys can grab the ICP course, very affordable, and you guys can just really just take this training to the next level and hit that $10,000 a month mark. But keep in mind, we're just booking appointments, okay? And when you guys can get that in your mind and understand that's what you focus on is booking an appointment with a qualified prospect, meaning he's looking for an opportunity to take his business to the next level. It makes SMMA so easy. It's so simple when you have that concept of all you're doing is booking an appointment. It's not as bad as it seems. And the person that gets that in their mind and they say, Maurice, I'm going to take you up on this. I'm going to follow this to the T. You're going to be on your way to making $10,000 a month, making 6 figures from home, where you can fire your job and you can go get the car you want, the house you want, and all the niceties of life. But the most important thing is you got to put in the work. It's not easy and it's not hard, okay? All right, because you gotta grow. Growth hurts sometimes, okay? Growth requires sacrifice. And so many people on the internet are not willing to sacrifice. They're not willing to take a measly $300 and get a course, or a measly $3,000 to get a course, okay? They're not willing to pay for coaching. And so if you're not willing to sacrifice, the things that you want becomes the sacrifice, okay? Because like I said, this is the basics of getting your first client. It's picking up the phone, all right, and booking appointments, okay? Setting your cold calling as a priority. Most of you guys don't set cold calling as a priority, meaning that before you lay your head on your pillow and go to sleep and snore, okay, you got to say, hey, before I go to bed, I'm booking 2 to 3 appointments a day. See, I was relentless when I was working a warehouse job, man, because it wasn't enough money. And so when I took on social media marketing as a business to get me out, I was relentless. I wasn't going to let anything stop me. I bought courses. I did what was necessary. See, a lot of you guys won't do what's necessary, and then all you're going to do is just watch hundreds of YouTube videos, and you're not going to have any money in your pocket, because it's about having some money in your pocket. And I want you guys to have plenty of money in your pocket, all right, and then in your bank account, okay? So I was relentless with this thing, and I wasn't going to let anything stop me, and I kept my cold calling as a priority, meaning I wasn't going to bed till I made my calls, until I talked to a few business owners. This is what you got to do, prospecting. This is so key. This is how you get clients. You got to talk to people. Let me say this again. Let me just put business owners. You got to talk to business owners. This is the main focus too. The basics, once again, prospecting. No prospecting, no clients. All right? You got to talk to business owners. If you want clients, you got to talk to the people with the money. You can't talk to cats and dogs. You can't watch YouTube videos. You got to get on the phone, and you got to talk to the people that need social media marketing services, and that's the business owners, okay? So you got to prospect, ladies and gentlemen, and that's the basics of how to get your first client, okay? And one last thing, this is going to flip the coin, all right? Let me just flip the coin for you guys. The biggest thing with cold calling, as far as flipping the coin, is your fears, okay? Because most of you guys hate rejection and you fear it, all right? Most people would rather die, in essence, financially, than to pick up the phone. And I was faced with the same situation. You know what I mean? It's like, man, should I let these people tell me no? And the crazy thing about it is they really don't tell you no. They telling they self no. You know what I mean? Because nothing happens when you do nothing. So you might as well do something so you can get something. I know that's powerful. Y'all should write that one down. Okay? So nothing happens, ladies and gentlemen, if you do nothing. But if you do take action, guess what? You have a better probability of hitting this goal. I would rather, if I was a new person in your shoes, fearful, I would rather put in 1 or 2 hours and get beat up every single day, because at the end of the month, you're going to get 1 or 2 clients anyway if you make cold calls. So I would rather do that than to sit on a couch or to watch all the videos and take no action and don't do anything, okay? Because if you do nothing, you get nothing. Let me say that again. If you do nothing, you get nothing. You do nothing, you get nothing. And I want you guys to do something. So folks, there you have it. The basics of getting social media marketing clients. Simple. We make cold calls. It's the fastest way. You can do the other stuff. You can hit the other gurus channels if you guys want to follow, find out how to do those loom zooms and all the other stuff. Some great guys out there. But as far as me and my house, we gonna make cold calls. You know what I mean? It works. All we do is book appointments. We prospect, talk to business owners, 1 or 2 hours a day, 2 to 3 appointments a day. We follow up, we close, and we get our clients' result. That's the basis of SMMA. Click the link in the description, grab the ICP. You guys can get the scripts and all the other stuff you need to get them results and all that. If you need coaching, you want me to hold your hand, click the link in the description. I hope you guys like this. Comment below. Let me know what you guys thought about this one. I'm going to continue to put out fire for you guys, because my goal is to help as many people as possible hit that $10,000 a month, make 6 figures a year in SMMA. Make sure you subscribe if you're not a subscriber of the channel. I'm going to continue to put out fire for you on a regular, and I will see you guys on the next one. Bye for now.